On this little piece of paper, I formulated my marathon training plan for 3 weeks.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So I ran my second ever marathon. On the 2nd of October 2022, I ran London for the second time ever, and my training this year was actually very different to 2021. So in this video, I wanted to share with you guys how I went about training and how I went about training to be a better runner so I could set a new PB.
It's fine, it's gonna be okay, Holly. You have to tell yourself it's gonna be fine.
Oh my god. Sprint, sprint, sprint. I just did my longest run, 31k. My whole body aches at this point. It's like sore, but like painfully sore.
Let's go smash this run.
I did it! Ah! Oh my god. Second marathon done! So I've been running for a really long time. I remember the first day my dad took me out on my first ever run, and since then I've always really enjoyed it, and I've always really liked long distance running. And
I've never really taken running seriously until I was offered the place to run the London Marathon in 2021, so last year. And at that point I was like, you know what, I can really try and get better at running, because before that, and for the majority of my life, as I said, I just ran because I enjoyed it.
And so yeah, I definitely say that 2021 was the official start of my running and marathon training journey.
I believe the London Marathon is one of the 6 marathon majors across the globe, and it is very difficult to get a place. Like, you can raise money for a charity, which is what I did last year. You can enter the ballot, but a lot of people don't get in that way. My time last year was 3 hours, 37 minutes and 39 seconds. I was so happy with that, and I actually qualified to enter the Good for Age entry process, which is still a ballot,
but it's a much easier ballot than going through the main one to get into the London Marathon. And for 2022, I did set myself some big goals.
I wanted to be more cautious about my training and my fueling strategy and how I looked after myself, and not go out on stupid 6 a.m. runs.
In particular, I had 3 main goals. I wanted to be at that start line without an injury. I wanted to also beat my time from 2021 and also break 3 hours 30 minutes. So this would mean I'd need to take off at least 7 minutes from my time in 2021, and I was so determined to do that.
So last year I followed the Virgin Sport Improver plan. So this is a 16-week plan. I simply downloaded it from the London Marathon website because I get the email newsletters and stuff, and I hit every single training session. I'm not even joking. I was so strict with myself, and I was so determined to do everything I could to perform my best on the day. So I did follow this training plan basically from start to finish. I literally documented my whole journey on my channel, and obviously, like, you guys were supporting me, you guys donated to the charity. It meant so much to me.
I will link that playlist of videos down below for you guys, but you know, we did have a big issue in 2021, which I've already alluded to.
The worst thing to happen last year was that I ran the marathon on an injury. If you know the story, you know I was this close to pulling out of the race last year, like so close, because a week before I blamed this one run that I did at 6 a.m. I developed this Achilles injury. After that run, I have an injury. I have done something to my Achilles, and it means that I can't run without being in pain. I would not recommend running on an injury, but I just felt like there was so much I would not lose, but I just felt like I needed to race and I wanted to. I remember crossing Tower Bridge and feeling so much pain in my Achilles, like this sharp sensation. I do not want to ever relive that.
My Achilles is killing me, but we are pushing through.
My Achilles felt like an elastic band, just like stretching inside my foot. It was not great. I did not end up snapping it, thank goodness. The last 6 miles were so tough. I was basically shuffling.
You got it! Got it! Oh, look at her there, she's dying.
I feel like that's when I hit the wall. And yeah, to top it all off, I also ended up in a wheelchair and being wheeled to the paramedic tent. I hadn't basically been replenishing my electrolytes and my salt, so everything dropped really low. And yeah, that was basically my experience last year.
And so now we're gonna move to 2022. We need to talk about the start of 22 though first, because I didn't start running until then.
I was out of running for a long time. I didn't start running properly again until like the new year. We're gonna try going out on a run and yeah, see how we feel. Even then, I kept picking up like small niggles or slight injuries. I was also worried about my Achilles because at that point it became kind of like tendonitis, which is a chronic thing and it's very difficult to deal with that. I thought it was going to come back, so I was so worried, and every time I'd like push my distance a bit, I'd feel some sort of pain in my body somewhere. So we didn't start off very well in 2022 in terms of running, and that was so like tough mentally and quite upsetting because I knew at that point that I had a place for this year as well. Just to throw in, if you were interested, I am on Strava. My username is Gabrielle and all of my runs are on Strava.
Aside from a little self promo, but you should definitely check out my Strava. I want to talk about my training for this year.
I have been traveling a lot. I knew I would be able to run when I'm traveling because I do that anyway, and I love running when I'm traveling because every single day pretty much I am doing a new route and I'm exploring a new place. It just makes my runs so exciting. So I knew I could run, but marathon training, following a plan when traveling, yeah, that basically went out the window. Okay, it was so difficult when you're trying to follow an intense running plan like a marathon training plan, and you're trying to travel and work, which I do when I'm traveling, and enjoy myself and travel with friends, which I was doing this year. Yeah, it just didn't work. I was doing tempo runs, interval runs, longer runs, but I never really ran beyond 60 minutes, so I couldn't get in any long runs because often you have to plan those routes, and I didn't do that, and there was just so much going on. But I did think that if I was traveling and I was running in hotter countries, then it would make running in the UK easier because it's colder. So I definitely think it was valuable, but it just was difficult to, you know, follow my plan, as I said. I definitely think though the best thing that I did whilst away traveling was when I was in Germany, I wanted to do a practice race. As you can see, I have a number on. I basically signed up for a 10k race, the City Nights run in Berlin, and oh my god, that was so much fun. Like, that was pretty much the first race I've done beyond the London Marathon last year. Like, I haven't done that many races, but it seriously made me want to do so many more. I was in a new city, in a new country, I had new friends with me, Charlie and Daniel came to watch, and oh my god, it was so much fun. I haven't been training obviously for a 10k, and a 10k is very different to a marathon in terms of like how you train and how you plan the race. But I set a 10k PB and I was honestly on such a high. I was clearly on a high. I got myself a pina colada apparently.
We have a very strong pina colada. I am genuinely scared for my life.
I ran my 10k in 43 minutes and 5 seconds. Honestly, I was so happy with that.
So that was basically my running whilst away traveling, and I essentially came home with 3 weeks before the marathon.
I came home from Spain on the 8th of September. And yeah, pretty much straight away I was like, Holly, you need to get yourself in the running zone. You need to start training. It is Sunday the 18th of September. And yeah, we are 2 weeks out from London. I just feel like these training runs have been quite difficult mentally for me, just because I'm doing the same routes as like last year, and I know how long I'll be out for. I know that it's tough, it's not easy physically or mentally. We do have a visitor here. Do you want to run with me? No? Say hey. On this little piece of paper, I formulated my marathon training plan for 3 weeks. I looked at the Virgin Sport Improver plan from last year because that is what I was planning to follow this year again, and I basically condensed it into 3 weeks. I don't really know how I worked this out, and to anyone else this wouldn't make any sense. The first long run I had to do was like a half marathon distance, so 21k. Yeah, my half marathon was okay the other day, other than like the fact that I did need the toilet at the end and I kind of had to slow down. And I'm talking about the toilet. Right, Minnie? Yeah. And then I pushed it up to 29k and then 35k.
We're about like coming up to 3k in. I'm feeling quite tired, but we're good. We feel good. Oh gosh, sheesh. Right, don't die, Holly. The plan for my route today is to do like the half marathon that I did the other day, then stop by the house, pick up water and Lucasade, and do the final 8k. I mean, this route is very hilly, so it's a lot different to the marathon, which is very flat. I basically treated this 29k run as my dress rehearsal because I wore exactly or pretty much what I was going to wear on the day, and yeah, I just wanted to make it as real as possible. I actually hate this hill. We're going uphill and talking, not a good idea. I hit 12k in about an hour, literally a few seconds over 60 minutes, so I'm happy with that. We gotta go all the way up there, like all the way up there. So unlike 2021, I did set myself a pacing strategy for this year. So I basically wanted to run like 12 kilometers in every hour. So by 3 hours, I would have run 36 kilometers, and then I would have the last 6 kilometers to run in half an hour.
Oh, that was painful. Now we're at 20k. I had a stone in my shoe. Anyway, basically, what was I gonna say? I was just gonna say something. Oh yeah, this next hour is gonna be slower. Just because of the hill and the stinging attack. I just need to like make sure I keep my form, because at this point when I'm getting tired, everything might start to collapse a bit. Still going though, I have a stone in my shoe. Get the frick out. Thank you. Coming up to our half marathon, there we go. There we go. Hi posse!
So if I was to hit my pacing strategy, I wanted to be running at around 5 minutes per kilometer, but I actually did manage to run a bit faster than that on my longer runs.
There we go. That was literally such a good run.
I am a little bit of a tomato, but it's all good. I mean, last year I remember doing these runs and just like collapsing and feeling really bad, so I feel like I have made progress.
And so yeah, my 29k was such a good run, but my 35k wasn't as good.
35 kilometers. I'm just gonna trick my body and be like, we're just running 3.5 kilometers, Holly, you know? I'm nervous, like I'm actually so nervous, and yeah, I really hope it doesn't chuck it down. I don't think it's gonna chuck it down.
Oh no, it's not gonna chuck it down. It full on chucked it down. Oh my god. I got soaking wet for about 10 minutes. On the hill as well. Now we're at like, coming up to 20k. Oh my god, I also have a really sore glute. Like it's so sore, and the pain, well, like the soreness is just not going away. I'm not pausing my watches because I don't. Lucozade and water. Time. Quick. Lucozade. Tastes so good. Water. This is too slow. Go! That was a lot slower than last time, but oh well. We're on our way. I have 4k left and I'm like slowing down so much because I have a dead glute. Like my glute is not functioning anymore. It's like sore, but like painfully sore. I also have wet feet because I've been running through so many fields and mud. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. 34.95. Come on, Holly. We are just under 5 minutes to 3 hours. Oh my god, this is insane. Hit the watch in a sec. 35k! Look at that! Look at that! Wally and Jabba have come to say hi. Yeah, I know I'm probably sweaty and salty. Thank you. Thanks, ladies. It hasn't actually sunk in. I've actually gone and just done 35k. 2 hours 57. Exactly. I don't think I can do a 3-minute kilometer, but that is pretty much on my target pace. That is a promising run, in my opinion. I don't obviously want to compare anything to last year, but like I did run that same distance in 3 hours, 7 minutes. I just looked now. So yeah, I have taken off like 10 minutes. Like you should really increase your distance quite gradually, but as I said, I had to do this really quite intensely, and I didn't think I was gonna fit everything in.
And I was so proud of my body for pushing through, and I made sure I didn't get an injury this year.
No, the first 3k of the last 6k loop is what I'm trying to say. That was tough, okay? That was when my glute was officially dead, but then it was kind of counterintuitive, but it felt better when I was running faster. So I was like, come on, Holly, like try and pick up the pace a bit, because when I like almost slowed down at one point to stop at traffic lights, that is when I was like, wow, this glute is not alive. It's like not with me right now. It's on a different planet.
Marathon training is so hard, you guys. It's so tough on your body, and that is why rest is just as important or even more important than the running.
Yeah, the hamstrings. What's up with the hamstrings today? Like, ooh, I can feel that. So I'm gonna get the massage gun on this bit, but then I'll also like roll it just to see if we can iron it out a bit. Ah, yes, I feel the spot. I feel the spot. Oh my gosh. Now we're gonna do some massage gunning. This thing I've been using pretty much every day. Ooh, yes. Ooh, oh my gosh, that's the tight spot. Ow.
I literally swear by my massage gun, you guys, but now we're gonna just talk about the trainers that I wore this year.
I run in trainers now that have a big heel drop because that supports my Achilles, and they're the only trainers that I will run in. I should say about these trainers, they are the Fuel Cells Elite V2s, but I did decide to order new versions of those shoes because last year I did all of my training in one pair of trainers and then I wore them for the marathon, but they were very worn down by that point. So I was like, why don't I just get new versions of the trainers I'm running in, because you obviously shouldn't change up the shoe. I hope they don't give me blisters, but basically they're on the floor right now. You can clearly tell which are my old ones and which are the brand new ones pretty much. I mean, I have worn these. These are some of New Balance's newest running trainers, I believe. I really do like them.
And in terms of fueling, that was similar to last year, but I did have to change up my hydration strategy.
Actually, the first time I'm going to be back using my gels today, and I'm trialing the Lucozade. These are my High Five energy gels. If you watched my training videos or the marathon video last year, you'll have seen them. They're like apple flavored. I've had oats this morning, which is what I usually have before I run. That works well for me because it's kind of like slow release energy, and then my gels are like fast release kind of energy. I think that just works really well for me, and at the moment in general I'm basically like carb loading or starting to really carb load, just like get in lots of carbs. I'm gonna eat a lot of carbs anyway, but you know, that's what you gotta do for the marathon and like long distance endurance training. So the thing I needed to work on this year was my hydration strategy, basically to avoid ending up in the paramedic tent with low sodium again. On the course you have like water stations and you have toilets obviously, and they also give out Lucozade.
Lucozade, yes please. This stuff tastes so good right now. I don't like tasting it when I'm not like running or sweating, but this is good right now.
Because I didn't have very long to train, like 3 weeks this year, I basically said, you know, I'm gonna trial using Lucozade because they give that out on the day. I got this Lucozade yesterday. Where is it? This is Lucozade, as we know. I also need a bottle for water. Lucozade is a sponsor. They give out Lucozade at I think 3 or 4 points. I was looking at the course map. Lucozade Sport provides carbohydrates and electrolytes. Yes. Let's give it a taste test. How do I open this thing? I have not had Lucozade in absolutely ages. But you shouldn't try anything new on a race day, so that's why you need to like practice with it. Come on, open. That's great, can't even open that thing. How the frick are you supposed to open these stupid bottles? Am I doing something completely wrong? There's a little plastic bit. Now, aha. Right, Lucozade orange, let's give it a taste. Oh, wow. It's alright.
So that's most of what I wanted to share in this video, but if you have any other questions or video ideas, then feel free to leave those down below. And I'll just leave you with some advice on how I actually stayed motivated throughout this whole process.
Running like on your own for long distances is a lot different to the marathon itself because you have the crowd, you have the adrenaline. I'm nervous and I'm really scared about this run. The reason why we procrastinate about these things, like doing exercise or running and stuff, is because we don't want to be in pain, and I know I'm going to be in pain, so I don't want to go out. I know I'm also worried or apprehensive because I put pressure on myself to run at a certain pace, but I'm bringing you guys with me today. You're gonna cheer me along, and yeah, well, at least I hope you're cheering me along. Let's freaking go! You have to get started and then it will be fine. I was kind of gonna put that run off, but I'm so glad I did it. I took every hour in turn. That's how I basically got through it. I feel so good after I've done a long run because it's like such a big thing to do.
You literally have to be your own cheerleader, and trust me, your body can do anything that you put your mind to. It will surprise you, but trust me, if you want to run a marathon, you can do it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, definitely give it a thumbs up, and yeah, subscribe if you are new for lots more running content, travel content, everything in Holly's life apparently. Hit the bell so you know when I upload, and as always, I'll speak to you very soon in another video. Bye! Oh, I literally woke up like 20 minutes ago. So I'm tired. What is this weather?
What do I look like? Okay, that's... Oh my god, hiccups.
Why does it feel so much colder this year? We don't like the temperature. Oh, I need to stretch. Look at this cute little kitty. She loves a chin rub, look at that. Good girl. Oh, you're such a needy cat. But I love it. Oh, put your bum down. Oh, the hamstrings are so tight. I'm just trying to warm up my legs because I'm so cold. Anyway, morning time. We are completely splattered in mud. I'm getting in the shower straight away. Do we approve? Yep, she does. Oh my god, Milka's still asleep on my bed. Look at that. Right where I left her. They're on. Excuse me. Almost choking. Yeah. Shut up, Alexa.